Hey, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, May 4th.
A lot of headlines that we're following at 6:30, including what is next in the race for the White House now that Ted Cruz is out, and many consider Donald Trump the presumptive Republican presidential nominee.
And we've learned a Navy SEAL killed in Iraq had ties to Central Indiana. How IU is now remembering the former track star.
The morning is off to another soggy start in parts of Central Indiana, and before too long, everybody will see something. Find out when rain should move into your neighborhood. This is a weather alert morning just because of that picture that we're seeing outside.
How's that going to affect traffic? Well, that's part of what we're covering for you. Ken Brewer will have an update on that coming up in a minute from now.
First forecast time with Randy Alice. So when will we see it hit here in Indianapolis, Rand?
I tell you what here, Scott and Lauren, I'm guessing around 7 o'clock or so, a little bit before, a little bit after. But boy, the rain is knocking on the front door right now. Can see some showers here moving through parts of Boone County. We head up north and Logansport, some steady rain for you. The rain has moved into Kokomo, sprinkles near Tipton, Boone County. The rain starting to move on through northwestern part of Hendricks County. The rain, it's raining around Crawfordsville. West of Crawfordsville, that's a pocket of heavy rain. Not much in the way of lightning or thunder, nothing severe. Greencastle, the rain's coming on down. Terre Haute, a pocket of heavy rain, and all this activity is racing quickly eastbound. So I'm thinking here in downtown Indy, probably around 7 o'clock or maybe shortly thereafter. Clouds are out there right now. Temperature 52, and we do have a southwest wind. That wind coming in about 12 miles an hour. Temperatures all in the lower 50s. Lafayette, Greencastle, rain, 50 degrees, 52, waiting for the rain here in Indy, and also 52. That comes in from Bloomington. So 9 o'clock this morning, some showers around 52 degrees. They will become more spotty nature this afternoon. By noontime, 56, and a breezy, cool afternoon. Our 5 o'clock temperature at 57 degrees. So in a few minutes here, we'll time out the rain coming in and moving out. Also a big weekend warm-up coming our way. And could we see some severe storms during the weekend? Yeah, we'll see here. We'll talk about all this in just a few minutes. Ken's here the traffic, and Ken, here comes that rain from west to east.
That's right. Keeping an eye on that now. Obviously, we'll see what impact that has, especially on the late commute. So far, the first half of the commute has been okay. Lots of green around the interstate system. We only had 1 or 2 minor accidents as far as the morning drive hours have been concerned. So we'll sneak a peek again what's happening out on the west side, 465 and Washington Street. You see that while volume is starting to increase a little bit, pavement still for the moment dry. It's just waiting on that rain that Randy's tracking to arrive, and we'll see again what impact that has, but plan on a little bit slower traffic for the last part of the commute, especially as that rain arrives. Brownsburg, Avon, Plainfield Drive, so far so good. Drive times on 74 from Brownsburg to 465, still at 7 minutes. Rockville Road from Avon to 465, the same 11-minute drive time as earlier this morning. And same for I-70 drivers that get from Plainfield to the South Split using that interstate, and see the drive time still at 15 minutes.
All right, Ken, thank you. It's 6:32 right now. Let's talk about what everyone's talking about here this morning, which is the news in Your Vote 2016. Donald Trump has all but clinched the Republican nomination for president.
As you saw, as breaking news last night, and Indiana was the end for Ted Cruz, leaving only John Kasich as a hurdle to Trump's path to the general election. 24-hour News 8's Nina Criscolo joins us live downtown this morning with a look at what is likely next. Nina?
Good morning. It doesn't happen often, but Indiana will be remembered as the turning point in the 2016 race for the White House. GOP frontrunner Donald Trump took home a win with 53% of the votes compared to 37% for Ted Cruz. That means Trump took a big part of those 57 Indiana delegates, if not all of them, pushing him very close to the 1,237 threshold needed to win the nomination outright. Here's Cruz and then Trump, following the senator's announcement to suspend his campaign.
We will continue to fight next week and next month and next year, and together we will continue as long as God grants us the strength to fight on.
Just so you understand, Ted Cruz, I don't know if he likes me or if he doesn't like me, but he is one hell of a competitor. He is a tough, smart guy.
Republican Chairman Reince Priebus tweeted this last night. Donald Trump will be presumptive GOP nominee. We all need to unite and focus on defeating Hillary Clinton. #NeverClinton. It's clear Trump is already transitioning into general election mode. He focused many of his comments last night on Clinton, saying she would not be a good president. But will Cruz supporters and the rest of the party get behind Trump? It's hard to tell. The next primaries are on May 10th in Nebraska and West Virginia, so that will be an indicator there. there. Even with Cruz out, though, it will probably be June before Trump gets that needed amount of delegates. There is one person we know is not on the Trump train just yet. Ohio Governor John Kasich is still in the race, and he criticized Priebus for calling Trump the presumptive nominee.
Nina, you mentioned Clinton. She still has a fight ahead of her for the party nomination. Another big story from Indiana is that voters here gave Bernie Sanders a boost as he continues his fight against Clinton. Sanders won 52% of the vote to Clinton's 48%.
I know all the pundits thought we were supposed to lose, but that apparently was not what the people of Indiana concluded.
Yeah. At the top of the hour, our Jim Shella will explain why Clinton may have taken Indiana for granted.
Republican Todd Young will face Democrat Barron Hill in the race for Indiana's U.S. Senate seat. Young beat Marlin Stutzman in the primary in a blowout, winning 67% of the vote. Hill ran unopposed. The Republican race was really contentious. Both candidates aired negative ads about the other. Young said he expects the party to unite behind his candidacy.
If we don't hold on to Indiana's U.S. Senate seat, Republican Senate seat, we may well not retain control of the entire U.S. Senate. And so I aim to work very hard to earn the trust and support of every Hoosier conservative.
The winner will replace retiring Senator Dan Coates.
In Crime Watch 8, the case could move forward today against a man accused of killing an IU student. Online court documents indicate that the hearing for Daniel Messel is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon. He's charged with murdering Hannah Wilson. Her body was found in a rural area of Brown County in April of last year, weeks before she was set to graduate. Messel's trial is set for June. A now former counselor with Indianapolis Public Schools is due in court today as well. A pretrial conference for Shayna Taylor is set for 1. She is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student at Longfellow Alternative School, where she worked. She faces several child seduction charges. Last month, prosecutors charged 2 top IPS administrators for not reporting allegations about the relationship quickly enough.
Happening today, the first vote on a proposal to make Indianapolis more walkable. We first told you about the Walkways Initiative in February. The project includes building more sidewalks around the city. And the Metropolitan Development Commission is scheduled to vote on that plan this afternoon. A $135,000 federal grant is funding the project. All right, the countdown continues. There are just 25 days until the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500.
The 500 Festival kickoff to the month of May is this afternoon. Starts at 3 o'clock on Monument Circle. An IndyCar will lead the festival cars around the circle. Indy 11 players will be there as well.
So last year, you might remember this, Colts punter Pat McAfee did a kickoff. Did he throw or did he actually kick? Okay, I couldn't remember.
He used a boomstick.
That's right. That's right.
Thundered one out there.
I remember seeing it happen live on Wish TV.
So Indy 11 players will kick off. They'll also use their legs and their feet.
Otherwise, there would be a penalty.
That's right.
Anyway,
that's exactly right.
Organizers say storms could delay or cancel the event today. Eek! So if that happens, we'll let you know more right here on Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Did you just eek?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because,
sure.
you know, there's always really great plans that happen downtown, and when rain might hinder those plans, it's, you know, you want them to stay intact.
Eek.
It's 6:38 right now.
And 52 degrees. Daybreak team is all local all morning through 9. 24-hour News 8's Drew Blair and Joe Malillo join us with a preview of the stories that they're covering.
Well, if you love farmers markets, the season unofficially kicks off this week. And new this year, you can actually browse the stands that you're used to on the street from home or on your phone. I'll explain how Indiana farmers and vendors are going digital.
And we're learning more this morning about the IU student who was killed. He's also a Navy SEAL. He was killed in Iraq. I'll have more details and reaction from people who knew him best coming up.
Hey, welcome back to Daybreak. It's 6:41 right now. To the war on terror, people around the country are remembering a U.S. Navy SEAL who was killed in Iraq. First brought you the story as breaking news Tuesday on Daybreak. Since then, we've learned quite a lot about the SEAL. He went to IU for one. This morning, Joe Malillo joins us at the alert desk with everything we've learned overnight. Joe?
Yeah, good morning, Scott. Yeah, the IU community, like you said, is mourning the loss this morning. Charles Keating IV went to IU, but he was killed overseas, and people who knew him best remembering him as a joyful person. Here's a photo of from IU that they sent us while Keating was a student there. The university says he was a successful member of the IU track team in the 2004-2005 season, and he was a student there from 2004 to 2006. Today, we're learning more about how the Navy SEAL died. Keating's family says he died while on a mission in Iraq after an attack by ISIS fighters. Yesterday, IU released a statement sending condolences to the entire Keating family. Many of Charlie's coaches in his hometown of Arizona say they weren't surprised he joined the Navy SEALs after only spending 2 years at IU because that's the kind of person he was, always pushing for the best.
He was a tremendous athlete, a tremendous person, joyful kid, fun to be around all the time. I'm devastated. I'm crushed. I'm really trying to hold myself together.
Keating came from a long line of service members. His great-grandfather served in World War I. His grandfather served in World War II. His grandfather was also Charles Keating Jr., the businessman who served time for the savings and loan crisis in the 80s. Charles Keating IV is the third American serviceman to be killed in combat in Iraq since the U.S. launched its initiative against ISIS in 2014. Scott.
Joe, thank you. It is 6:43 right now, 52 degrees.
Still ahead this morning, the sentences handed down to 2 men accused of stealing fuel from a gas station in Johnson County.
And on this Wednesday morning, we do have a cold front approaching the area right now. You can't see a band of rain showers just about ready to move into the city. Nothing severe. Breezy, cool today, but hard to believe. 80s is in our forecast here. We'll tell you which day in just a bit.
Hey there, good morning. It's 6:45 right now. Taking a look at one of the NDOT cameras we like to check each and every morning. This is the North Split, a place that can be very busy at times during the morning commute. I-70 and I-65. Looks like things are moving A-OK in that part of the morning drive. Of course, Ken Brewer has his eyes on all corners of the area. He'll give you an update on what's out there coming up in just a little bit. All right, let's take a look at the top 5 stories you need to know on your Wednesday morning, May 4th.
Another morning, another round of rain. Ken and Randy are watching this, saying rain and some storms may stick around for part of the day. Cooler weather will also continue, but there is a warm-up in the forecast.
He is a tough, smart guy.
Yeah, those are part of Donald Trump's comments about Ted Cruz. This morning, the head of the Republican National Committee is calling Trump the presumptive nominee after Ted Cruz dropped out of the race last night after losing here. Trump beat Cruz here in Indiana. Democrat Bernie Sanders beat Hillary Clinton.
This morning, IU is remembering the Navy SEAL killed this week in Iraq. Overnight, the school released a statement saying that Charlie Keating was a student athlete at IU from 2004 through 06. The 31-year-old's family says he died in combat against ISIS.
If the weather allows, today organizers of the 500 Festival will hold an official kickoff to the month of May. The party starts at 3:30 on Monument Circle. We're now 25 days until the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500.
New this morning, many teenagers admit to being addicted to their phone. A survey from Common Sense Media finds half of all teens say they're addicted. 80% say they check their phones once an hour, if not more.
All right, new on Daybreak, the era of everything on demand now includes your local farmers market.
Farmers market season is sort of starting right now. A new website and app is making it possible to shop the stands without leaving home. Drew Blair joined us live, actually at City Market this morning, to explain. Hi, Drew.
Hey, good morning. The City Market here, the outdoor market, opens for the first time this season today. Vendors will start setting up here along Market Street later this morning, but some of them are open for business right now through this. This is farmersmarket.com, and the founders in Indianapolis opened it exclusively for Central Indiana. They opened it earlier this year. They're working with farmers and artisan vendors from across a 9-county region to compile seasonal selections like you'd see at the farmers market in person, but online too. It's a different kind of digital grocery shopping. The site allows you to browse Central Indiana vendors, place an order from as many of them as you want, and pick up your package at that week's market near your house or choose home delivery. And we talked to the CEO, who says the idea is driven by making local food easier to find and giving farmers better business opportunities.
They want to grow real food, but the problem is they have to have a place to sell it. Just because you planted your produce or just because you grew livestock on your farm doesn't mean that you're going to have a place to sell it. So we're providing a marketplace, and by having that marketplace so that they know where they can go and sell this food that they're producing for their neighbors, for the community that they live in, now they can actually change their ag practices and start growing sustainable food.
Now, so far, more than 50 vendors are signed up to sell. One of the founders says more farmers are trying to get on board than the startup is even able to keep up with right now. He explained that is a good problem to have. Now, the website is designed to be open year-round. Of course, Scott and Lauren, that means what's available will depend on the season.
And Drew, there's been a movement as well to get to just what is in season, seasonal eating. All right, thanks so much.
Farmers preparing for the crops that need to get in the ground, watching this rainstorm, Randy. Ground soft, it's plenty workable, don't need much more of it. Yes?
Do you guys hear that?
What?
Pitter patter?
No, I hear music.
What's that?
Oh, there's a band of rain about to ready to roll on through.
Oh, no.
So
see, I think we've hit a low point. I think this is a low point. And you at home just witnessed it.
Why do I even try? It's going to go where he wants
Been waiting all morning to do that one here. Hey, let's go and check it out, guys. The band of rain is just about ready to move through Marion County right now. Nothing severe. Perhaps some brief downpours, a quarter-inch rain. That should be about it. But now you can't see here. Let's get in closer. We'll do a leading tour here of the band rolling on through. Harbor City, you can see some showers near you right now, but out around Kokomo, you head down to around Fishers. The rain is west of you. At Boone County, you're covered with some light rain right now. A few showers into northwestern Marion County. I did put a track on it here that is heading towards the east about 35, 40 miles an hour. So in Brownsburg, the rain should arrive at 6:52 a.m. Carmel about 7:10. Again, nothing severe out there. Really not much in the way of thunder and lightning. There's some pockets of heavier rain east of Terre Haute near Brazil, back out across eastern Illinois. And all this precipitation is sliding pretty much due east here at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. So just in time for the morning rush hour here into parts of Marion County. Let's go and check it out. Live picture in Clay County, Brazil, and you have the rain coming on down some wet roadways. And again, this is about to move into Marion County here shortly. We'll check it out for you here on FutureCast. We head through the morning hours. We're going to see some steady rain for maybe an hour or two. 9 o'clock this morning, that rain coming on down. And then by noontime, the front does move through. We'll see a little dry slot coming in. However, this afternoon, there's a lot of cold air aloft, and we may see some additional spotty showers developing, maybe a thunder shower. But again, we're not anticipating any severe weather. Outside right now, cloudy skies, 52 degrees, a southwest wind coming in about 12 miles an hour. Temperatures all into the lower 50s. Lafayette, Greencastle, rain, 50 degrees. Rain in Terre Haute, 53. Waiting for the rain here in Indy, and our temperature at 52. Head through the morning hours, 9 o'clock, some rain showers, 52. They will become more spotty this afternoon. Noon temperature 56, and by 5 o'clock, temperature at 57 degrees. Other highs out there, mainly low to mid 50s. 57 here in the city, a high of 54. That comes in from Muncie. The winds will be picking up once that front does roll through. I think wind gusts this afternoon, 20, 25, maybe approaching 30 miles an hour. Overnight tonight, it's going to be a chilly night, still kind of breezy, and we got to keep under that threat for at least some scattered light rain showers. Rainfall potential, most of the models indicating about a quarter-inch to maybe a third of an inch of rainfall, so really nothing too excessive. Now, evening temperatures, 8 p.m. 52, midnight 46, heading for low tomorrow morning, 42 here in the city, 39 up around Kokomo. I think tomorrow's going to be a mostly cloudy day, and we got to keep in our chance for a few sprinkles on Thursday, especially into the eastern half of the state. And highs tomorrow should climb up to the 60s, right around 63 degrees. Big warm up this weekend, 81 degrees for high on Saturday. I think Saturday afternoon, evening, I'm hoping it holds off until after the mini. It may be a close call now. And a couple of thunderstorms may be strong or severe Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Front moves through on Sunday. Sunday a bit cooler, 72. Just a slight chance of a shower. Most of Mother's Day should be dry. Isolated thunderstorms on Monday, and then a better chance for some thunderstorms coming back in for Tuesday and Wednesday, as it is a very active 8-day forecast here into the middle part of next week. Ken?
All right, Randy, thank you. Traffic watch at 6:52. We do not have any accidents to report, but do want to show you, as Randy was mentioning, that rain that's starting to move in through Boone County, northern parts of Hendricks County. That's where we're going to see the wet roads initially, and then that will continue to kind of translate from west to east. So for the moment, pavement still dry at all locations, including around the 465 loop, I should say, including what's happening on the north side, 465 and Meridian. Traffic's moving along in that particular location okay without any problems. So if you're heading on down there or any other north side drive, here's a look at some updated drive times for you. If you take I-65 from Zionsville to downtown, still a 16-minute drive. It has gone up a minute on Meridian from Carmel to downtown, usually about 22-minute drive, now 23 minutes. And the normal time in I-69 heading down to 465 from 116th Street. That drive time still at 5 minutes.
Ken, thank you. At 6:53, new in our next hour, where Indiana ranks on a list of best states for working moms. Daybreak is all local all morning, each morning through 9, with crews in the newsroom and live across central Indiana, ready to bring you breaking news as it happens.
24-hour News 8's Daybreak. All local, all morning.
It is just a few minutes shy of 7 o'clock. Here are a couple of live images to look at. One, because it's beautiful on the left side of the screen, downtown Indianapolis from the canal. It's been a pretty picture all morning, but it's about to sour if you look at the Viper on your right.
Yeah, Viper tells you everything you need to know. I mean, it's moving in at this point. Our Storm Track 8 team has been saying about 7 o'clock, about 7 o'clock. That's the time we'll see it. Well, our fans to the west, yeah, you guys are already dealing with the rain, and people on the east side, you're only a few minutes away from it.
6:57 to more of the headlines covering central Indiana.
2 men will serve prison time for stealing fuel from a gas station in Greenfield. Investigators say Jaswinder Singh and Harpreet Sandhu stole about $6,500 worth of diesel fuel from underground tanks at a station on South Street. That's according to our partners at the Greenfield Reporter. Prosecutors tell the paper the men pleaded guilty this week to a felony charge. The court sentenced Singh to 1 year in prison and Sandhu to 2 years in prison.
In Howard County, a man faces an attempted murder charge. Police claim that he took a shot at a Kokomo police officer. This started at East Baxter Road Sunday morning on a report of a break-in. Officers say when they got there, they found Paul Calloway in a wooded area near the home. The police say he pulled out a gun and fired at an officer. An officer shot back. Nobody was hit. Investigators say they arrested Calloway after a 4-hour-long standoff. Preliminarily, he is, again, charged with attempted murder, but also with resisting law enforcement.
In Tippecanoe County, Purdue predicts the next incoming class will be the largest since 2008. The university says projected numbers show a 9% increase in enrollment over 2015 at the main campus in West Lafayette. Last month, Purdue announced it's freezing tuition. Again, tuition and fees will stay frozen through the 2017-2018 academic school year.
Daybreak is all local, all morning.
And our coverage continues right now.
Now, live from Wish TV, this is 24-hour News 8's Daybreak.
As we near 7 o'clock, we are tracking a weather alert, a line of rain moving in right now, just as the morning drive is picking up.
And breaking overnight, a deadly crash that caused a power outage early this morning. What we know about the moments leading up to the accident.
We're going after Hillary Clinton.
The voters chose another path.
Thank the people of Indiana for giving us a great upset victory.
Donald Trump is declaring victory. Ted Cruz is bowing out. Bernie Sanders is calling his win in Indiana an upset, as you heard. So what's next in the race for the presidential nominations?
Also new on Daybreak, Americans addicted? Yeah, new research says half of all teens say they're addicted to their smartphones. But it's not just teens who can't seem to put the